Good morning. So, today's lecture is on consensus algorithms in blockchain architecture and design. So, when we talk about the blockchain is the core technology of many cryptocurrencies, and blockchain was the first introduced in Nakamoto's Bitcoin white paper as a new decentralized cryptocurrency. After that, many cryptocurrencies and projects based on the blockchain they spring up, and today, as you all know, that we are having a variety of cryptocurrencies in the market, and when we talk about the properties of the blockchain, it provides a secure framework for cryptocurrencies where not anyone can tamper with the content of the transactions. So I mean, even though the blockchain is a decentralized technology where everyone can see the transactions, but there is a limitation on who can tamper or who can alter or modify those transaction data, and practically it is not possible to change the transaction data in the blockchain technology, and that way we perceive it as a very secure technology for preserving the history of the transactions that are happening. The second property of blockchain is that all the nodes that participate in the transaction processing, they are anonymous. So anonymous means that identity of those nodes is not going to be revealed into the network, and when we talk about the commitment of the transactions, that is going to be happen with the help of all the participating nodes. So all the nodes of the distributed network, they participate and they provide their consensus on a specific transaction. Only then the content of that transaction will get finalized and it will be recorded into the distributed ledger. Now the technology is widely used in different fields. So we can apply blockchain into the finance sector, we can apply it in the medical systems, we can also apply blockchain to implement the supply chain, where we we are using the blockchain property to secure and to bring the transparency into the supply chain management. And Internet of Things is another domain where we can apply blockchain. Apart from that, there are many such domains where we can use blockchain to bring transparency and robustness into that particular application domain. Now the technology was adopted by the blockchain is not new. So when we talk about the blockchain technology, even though we think that blockchain is a kind of new technology, it is not that true, right? Rather it is a combination of the previous technologies. For example, the cryptography is one important ingredient into the blockchain technology implementation. Next we have the distributed system technology. So the distributed network is there, and there is peer-to-peer networking technology which helps in communication among nodes possible. Now blockchain is a distributed and decentralized network that provides immutability, privacy, security and transparency. And apart from the cryptography and peer-to-peer technology, the consensus protocols, these are the one of the most important aspect of the blockchain technology. And today we are going to discuss over the consensus process, how that process is being done, and we are going to discuss one of the important consensus protocol which is called as proof of work into this lecture. So a good consensus protocol can guarantee the fault tolerance and security of the blockchain system. So these are the certain aspects that we need to consider when we are using a consensus protocol into our own system. Now the consensus of the blockchain is the process or the mechanism where all the nodes maintain the same content of into their distributed ledger. So as we already know that into a blockchain system, every node participate into a particular transaction and verifies that transaction, and it maintains the log of that particular transaction history into their own local memory. And we say that this implementation is called as a distributed ledger technology. So using the consensus mechanism, all the nodes, they agree upon, validity of a certain given transaction, and once they feel, or maximum of the nodes feel, that the transaction is valid, then the content of that transactions are going to be recorded into the distributed ledger. So in the traditional software architecture, achieving the consensus was not a problem. Why? Because there was a central server and every node is connected to that central server. Whenever some transactions are going on, those are through this central server. So the other nodes, how they perceive the content of a particular transaction, all the nodes are connected to the central server and they are copying the content of central server into their own local memory, and that way the consistency of the data is going to be maintained in the centralized server systems. Now in the distributed system, consensus is a process where for a single transaction's validity, all the nodes needs to be in agreement, and that comes with the help of the consensus algorithms. Now in the distributed system, as I already have said, that there is no central authority present to validate and verify the transactions, yet we require that each and every transactions must be properly validated and verified, then only it should be committed into the local databases or the distributed ledger. So this is possible because of the presence of the consensus protocol, which is the core part of the blockchain technology. A consensus algorithm is a procedure through which all the peers of the blockchain network, they reach to an agreement about the present state of the distributed ledger. So whatever transactions are being happening into the network, those will be recorded into the distributed ledger, and all of the history of those transactions will be kept into the distributed ledger, and it will be visible to each and every node connected to the network. So consensus algorithm achieve reliability into the blockchain network, and establishing the truth between the unknown peers is a challenging task which the blockchain technology brings into the domain. So for example, if we are a group of people where we do not know the other person or other people, if somebody is saying to us something, then we can be in agreement or we can not be in the agreement of that particular statement. So how to bring trust and how to get a validation or verification of a single transaction into a decentralized system, that is one of the biggest challenges, and blockchain implements this beautifully with the help of these consensus algorithms. So these algorithms or the protocols make sure that every new block which is going to be added to the blockchain is the one and the only version of the transaction that is agreed upon by all or the maximum of the nodes that are part of this blockchain network. Now the blockchain consensus protocol, they consist of some of the specific objectives. So every algorithm needs to have some mechanism by which the nodes are coming to the agreement over a certain transaction for its validity or its verification. There should be collaboration, there should be cooperation, there should be equal rights to every node. So I mean the node biasing should not be there, and that is the underlying property of any distributed system. The next property is that mandatory participation of each node in the consensus protocol. So whoever is attached to the blockchain network, that node needs to be participating into the consensus mechanism. So basically a consensus algorithm finds a common agreement, that is a win for the entire network. And proof of work consensus is the mechanism of choice for the majority of the cryptocurrencies that are currently into the circulation, and this algorithm is used to verify the transactions and create a new block and to add it into the existing blockchain. Now when we talk about the proof of work, the idea was applied by Satoshi Nakamoto in the Bitcoin paper in 2008. The term proof of work is was first coined by Jacobson and Ari Jules in a publication in around 1999, and many of the cryptocurrencies, like for example the Litecoin, the Bitcoins, these are currently using this proof of work consensus mechanism. Now Ethereum was previously using the proof of work mechanism, but then it has shifted its consensus mechanism to the proof of stakes. Now, how this whole process of consensus or the agreement is going to be implemented into the POW or the proof of work protocol. So, for example, we need to understand that the central idea behind the algorithm is that complex mathematical puzzle is going to be floated into the network, into the blockchain network, and every node needs to solve this mathematical puzzle. Now the mathematical puzzle requires a lot of computational power, and thus the nodes needs to solve the puzzle as soon as possible. So for example, one puzzle which is quite complex and requires a lot of computational power to search for the possible solution is floated into the network, and now every node which is connected to the network is going to compete for solving this puzzle, and whoever is solving this puzzle with minimum time, that node is going to have the authority to mine the next block. So this is the idea behind the proof of work. Now the nodes which are solving or which are associated in the or which are involved rather in the process of this solving of this complex mathematical problem, those are called as the miners or the mining nodes. Now the miners perform computation work in solving this complex mathematical problem to add the block to the existing network, and therefore we say proof of work. That means that every node has to give certain proof that they have done sufficient work, and now they are eligible to create a new block of transactions and to add it into the blockchain. So every node has to prove that it is doing sufficient work, and then only as a reward the node is going to create a new block and adding it to the existing chain of transactions into the blockchain. So this is the whole idea behind the algorithm. Now with time, this mathematical problem is going to be more complex. So it is not like that that every time the network is going to float the mathematical puzzles with the same complexity. With the time, the problem is going to be more and more complex, and the purpose of this consensus mechanism is to bring all the nodes into agreement and building mutual trust within the network. The incentive for mining transactions lies in economic payoffs. So every mining node which is solving the puzzle into the minimum time is getting some rewards, and this reward is around 6.25 bitcoins. So every node which is solving the puzzle with minimum time, or the winning node in fact, is getting 6.25 bitcoins by the network, and this reward generally gets reduced by half its current value with time. Now when we talk about the issues related to the protocol, we can see that energy and time consumptions required for the mining of these bitcoins is one of the biggest challenge. So when the process of verifying the transactions in the block which is going to be added and doing the organizations of these transactions, arranging them into chronological order in the block, and announcing the network nodes, the other network nodes, that this block has been mined by a certain node. So this requires a lot of time and energy, and these becomes the constraint for the algorithm. So this is all about the algorithms. Now when we talk about the features of the proof of work, we can see that there are two main features this algorithm provides. The first thing, it is hard to find a solution to the mathematical problem. So the mathematical puzzle that is going to be floated for for challenging the nodes, the minor nodes, that you need to solve this, and you need to give the proof of work, is going to be very hard mathematical problem. But whatever solution this mathematical problem is going to have, that is very easy to verify, right? So the problem is complex and very hard to solve, but it is easy to verify the solution. So for example, if one node claims that it has found out the solution for the mathematical puzzle, I mean, whether the solution is correct or not, that can be easily verified with minimum time. So this is the important property of the POW systems. Now Bitcoin, when we talk about the Bitcoin's proof of work system, it uses the hash cache proof of work system, and the hard mathematical problem we can define it like, for example, given a data A, you need to find out a number x, so that the hash of this x when appended to A results in a number which is less than certain number B. So this is the important property. Now the miners, they bundle up a group of transactions into a block and try to mine it, and to mine a hard mathematical puzzle needs to be solved, and this problem is called as the proof of work problem. So again, the basis or the fundamental aspect of the proof of work that works or that has been implemented as is into the Bitcoin's proof of work system. So this I already have covered up. Now when we talk about the target hash, so what is the target hash? Target hash is the number A. So I said that we need to find out a number x which when appended to a number A makes it less than or equal to a number B. So in this case, B is the target hash, right? Because you are finding out a number x which is when appended to the given data A, making its value less than a certain hash value, which is called as B, right? So this B is called here as the target hash. In the blockchain network of Bitcoin, the target hash is going to be adjusted once every 2016 blocks, or approximately once every 2 weeks, and all the miners, they immediately stop working on the the said problem, and they start mining the next block once a node declares that it has already solved that particular puzzle, right? Or the duration has already been passed. So common cryptographic protocols which are used in proof of work algorithm, they are the widely used, like for example the SHA-3, it has been used into the Bitcoin system, but there are other hashing algorithms which are used, for example Cycrypt SHA-3, Cycrypt Chain, and Cycrypt N. So these are some of the algorithms which are also being used for other cryptocurrencies. Now when we talk about the challenges with the proof of work system, there are 4 challenges commonly. The first one is the 51% risk. So when we talk about the 51% risk, it says that, for example, there is some entity that wants to corrupt the whole blockchain system, right? So it can only do this corruption of the whole network if it is having more than 51%, or it owns the 51% of the nodes of that particular blockchain network. So if you are an entity which is owning for example 51% of this blockchain network, then I mean whatever you will say for a given transaction, for example if you are saying that the transaction is valid, the final result for that particular transaction will be that it will be a valid transaction. If you will say that it is an invalidated transaction, it is not verified, or it is an illegal transactions, then the result or the outcome is going to be biased, because you are owning the maximum capacity of that particular network. So this is called as the 51% risk. Now second is, it is time consuming. So miner have to check over many nonce values to find the right solution to the puzzle that must be solved to mine the block, which is a time consuming process. The third is the resource consumption, because we already have said that the finding out the solution for this mathematical puzzle, it is quite challenging. It requires a lot of computational power. So a lot of electricity and the money, the energy, the space and the hardware, these resources are going to be consumed, and I mean a lot of wastage of these precious resources is going to happen. The fourth challenge is that the transaction commit is not instantaneous. So what we mean by this, because whenever we are verifying a particular transaction before committing it, right, all the network nodes, they come to an agreement that whether the network is that whether that transaction is valid or invalid, right, and how this agreement is going to be forced with the help of a consensus mechanism. So whatever consensus mechanism you are using, that mechanism is bringing all the nodes into a given agreement over the validity of a particular transaction, and that is going to take about certain minutes of time. So for example, if it is taking about 10 to 60 minutes of time to commit one single transaction, so that is again one challenge, that your transactions are not committing with a higher speed. Now there are certain more challenges. So each type of blockchain has different application scenarios. So when we are talking about the blockchain technology and we are trying to implement into a new domain, we need to understand that different application scenarios require different types of blockchain implementations, and whatever consensus protocol that you are adopting, that needs to fit according to the demand of the specific application scenario. So it is not like, for example, proof of work can be used efficiently into any kind of blockchain network. So for that we need to first identify what kind of consensus mechanism, what kind of blockchain technology we require to implement into a certain application area. So for example, if we talk about the healthcare, for healthcare we require certain different set of technologies, and in distributed system there is no perfect consensus protocol. So we need to always keep into mind that there are multiple consensus algorithm. Two I already have mentioned into the lecture. One is called as this proof of work, and the other one is called as the proof of stake. So I cannot say that POW is superior to the POS. It fairly depends upon the type of network and the application area where we are using this consensus protocol. The consensus protocol needs to make a trade-off among the consistency, the availability and the partition fault tolerance. So if there are certain faults with certain nodes, how we are going to deal with that condition, that we need to find out. And availability property is an important aspect of any database. So we know that if data certain data is going to be stored into the network, that should be available all the times. So this is called as the availability property. And specifically the data needs to be in a consistent format. So it should not be like that some of the nodes, they are having certain set of transactions and the other node are having a completely different set of ledger or the transaction into it. The consistency needs to be maintained across all the nodes of the network. So with this I end up for today. Thank you.